Hi friends, it's Mary. I haven't recorded in a little while. I'm sorry for being a loser, but pun intended there. But things are going really well. I have not felt real good the last week or so, so that's why I have not been recording. I've just been going to work, coming home, passing out on the bed. But the eating plan is going well. I weighed in on Saturday. I was down 2 more pounds. Not as dramatic as last weigh-in, but considering I was on my menstrual cycle, I felt like that was pretty successful. Because y'all ladies know, you get some bloating, you just overall not good. My follow-up is next week at the bariatric doctor. So next Friday. So we'll see how I did, and if they like my progress. And at that point, I'm going to be going through a nutrition class. So maybe I will get a little bit better idea of what I'm actually supposed to be eating. Because before they were just like, oh yes, eat more fruits and vegetables, eat less carbs, and good luck. So hopefully I'll get a little bit more guidance from them this next visit. Anyway, what else I want to cover? I'm sorry I haven't been, more active on this. I'm going to work on that more. I bought some compression garments. They came in over the weekend. A friend of mine said those would help with some of the skin sagging and that sort of thing. They were not terribly uncomfortable, but they were not, like, real comfortable either. They were just kind of awkward. So I'll still kind of play with them and see what I can do to get more used to them. But for now, I haven't lost enough weight for it really to be a concern. But I just wanted to try them out. My husband went this week and got put, or last week, went and got put on phentermine like I am on. So now we are both on appetite suppressants, and that has really helped me a lot for him to be eating the same foods as I am and going through the same process as I am. So that's great. I'm recording on my computer, so that's why you're getting the weird video quality and also the weird angle. My bosoms look enormous and my face looks like I have no neck. I'm sitting in a recliner, which is how I usually compute, because I don't have a desk set up for it. But that's what you get today. My phone battery is dead, as usual. I think I need to get a new one. Anyway, kind of all over the place today. We've been trying some new foods that we really did not eat before. This week, I bought some red lentil pasta, and I think it's by Lenzi or something like that. And we had that last night with dinner, which is some red sauce with meat in it, and it was actually just really good. It didn't taste like our alternative pasta. It didn't have a weird taste and no weird texture. I was very surprised that I didn't really notice much of a difference at all. It's maybe a little bit more dense than regular pasta, but it's much lower on the glycemic index. It has less net carbs. It has more protein and iron and fiber, so overall a good substitution. It's still pretty high calories like a regular pasta would be, but everything in moderation. So I tried that. That was real exciting. We've been trying to eat different types of squash because I think I've mentioned before, I'm a very picky eater. I don't like a lot of things, and so we've been trying to experiment and find things that I'll eat. So far, I have made or my mom made some the first time, but a maple butternut squash, and we use real maple syrup, not that flavored corn syrup stuff, the real stuff. But you don't need very much of it. I think for like a whole squash, it's maybe 3/4 of a tablespoon or a tablespoon of real maple syrup, and you just chop the butternut squash up, peel it, and chop it up, and then toss it in that, and you roast it in the oven, and it's real good. And then I made some sweet potatoes and carrots in like a savory, like Italian seasoning type flavoring. I made that, and that was good. So we've been really experimenting with what we can make and enjoy and still have food that tastes good without all the carbs and bad things. We did try a cauliflower rice, a frozen cauliflower rice, and I had high hopes for it because some of my friends said it was good. But let me tell you, and this may just be me, I do not like frozen broccoli. I don't usually eat cauliflower, so I couldn't tell you if I like frozen cauliflower, but frozen broccoli to me just has this disgusting taste. We bought some Green Giant cauliflower rice from the freezer section. I think it was supposed to have like Italian cheese flavor or something. That stuff was gross. I am a picky eater. I took a bite and I was like, nope. But my husband is usually not a picky eater. He will usually pretty much eat anything. And he took one bite of that and said, nope. And we threw the whole thing out. So, your mileage may vary. Maybe you like it, but I felt like it had the texture of like a fried chicken place's coleslaw, like that real weird, like chopped squares, and it just tasted. The texture was nothing like rice. The the consistency, the dryness, or whatever, nothing like rice. And the flavor of it was not good, even if it was a vegetable. Like, it just, no. So, we will not be trying that again. I did buy some fresh cauliflower, so I'm going to try to make cauliflower rice at home. And then we've been substituting brown rice for white rice if we do eat rice, so that's been better. My husband and I have pretty much decided that a lot of things, it's going to be more portion control than replacing the food itself. Because there's just a lot of stuff I don't like. And I found it very helpful. I sat down on my fitness tracker over the weekend and I figured out like what I can eat at restaurants that we like to go to. So one thing that was becoming a problem is my mom lives with me and she does a lot of the cooking. But she also likes to go visit my siblings that live in another state. And then she's not here for weeks at a time. And my husband and I both work, and we're lazy, and we don't really want to cook when we get home. So then we end up going out to eat, or, stopping and grab a burger or whatever. So with this new process, it really requires more cooking. And so we're just trying to find our options. We've been eating out a little bit. And then if my husband says, hey, do you want to go out to eat? And I feel kind of awkward because I'm sitting there scrambling trying to figure out what I can eat. And it's very hard to go out to eat at most restaurants and not eat 1,000 calories or more. I mean, I know some restaurants have like their lighter fares options, but most of those are like, they substitute for those fatty flavors with peppers and onions and tomatoes and mushrooms and spicy things. And I can't eat peppers at all. And I don't like mushrooms or tomato pieces or actual onions. I like the flavors of some of those, but I don't like, I won't actually eat them. So for me, I can't just go to, say, Applebee's and get the 700 calorie lighter fare option because it's got all this stuff that I won't eat on it. So I started going on and just playing around with the nutrition calculators on these websites to find, what can I eat and still stay on track if I go out to these different restaurants. And so one trick I found, and I have not really experimented with actually going to these restaurants and ordering these things, but what I found is that my goal was to stay between 500 and 700 calories per, dinner to go out to eat. And I carry the little packets of, the little shaky packets that you put in your drinks. And what I've started doing is getting a water with no ice. I'm looking for a packet, but I can't find one. Just get a water with no ice and then a cup of ice. And then I can mix up my packet and then I can pour it in. I don't feel bad doing that because most places do not have an uncarbonated beverage that is sugar-free. If they did, then I would be likely to order it. But most places, if you want a sugar-free beverage, your option is pretty much diet soda or unsweetened tea. And I don't really like unsweetened tea, even with sweeteners added. So I've been carrying my little packets, and then I can have, a sugar-free strawberry lemonade or whatever. It's also saving me a couple bucks, so win-win. Um, but what I have found is that for most places, the kids menu is where it's going to be at. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it's true. If you don't want to eat 1,000 or 1,500 calories in one sitting, when you go out to eat, look at the kids menu. Like, I like to go to O'Charlie's. Again, I'm going to say this every time. So I work in insurance and, I'm crazy like that. But this is not a paid advertisement. This is not a good or bad or, I don't want to get sued. But I like to go to O'Charlie's. I love their soup. I really love their bread, but I can't eat that anymore. And I usually go and get either the steak and shrimp. I'm sorry, shrimp? I usually go and get the steak and chicken fingers and a bowl of soup. And then I try to get like green beans or broccoli or whatever as a side. And then it usually comes with a salad. Y'all, I put that all in a tracker, and it was something like 2,000 something calories to eat all that. So I did a little bit of digging around on their website, and I found that I could get a cup of soup, and I could eat one roll, and I could have a kid-sized chicken salad, a grilled chicken salad, with like a vinaigrette dressing, or I have started carrying my own like light dressings, because salad dressings at these places are ridiculous. And I can have all of that and still fit into my dietary plan. So I found it to be very helpful because the first couple of times since we started this, my husband asked me if I wanted to go to dinner, and I just kind of froze and panicked for a little while because I didn't know what I could go and order, and it just makes my life easier to sit down and plan ahead. Now, I may go there and decide I want something else, and then I can, look at the menu and look at what I want. But for the most part, at least for me, knowing, okay, if my husband wants to go to this place or I want to go to this place, this is what I can order and stay on track. This is, I can go to Chick-fil-A and I can get this item. If I go to Subway, I can get this item, and I know I'm going to stay on track. So that has been very helpful for me. Back to the comment about salad dressings. My husband and I went to the Red Lobster tonight. And had grilled shrimp. It's very good. I had to skip the salad. I asked for broccoli instead of a salad because they have a vinaigrette. It's called a champagne vinaigrette. I don't like it. It's kind of spicy to me. I don't know. But that is 70 calories for the one little cup that they bring you with your salad. But if you want anything else, you're looking at 300 calories just in salad dressing. So you think you're going to go out and you're going to be healthy because you're going to get salad. And most places that I've been out to do not have a light option. They don't have light ranch. They don't have, a lot of places have oil and vinegar, but they don't have like a light Italian or anything like that. And that's just crazy. I'm not going to spend 300 calories on 2 tablespoons of salad dressing. That is ridiculous. And that's another thing. As I've started looking at what I'm eating as spending, if you will, it's like, I say, okay, I get these 1,800 calories a day, or I get these 1,500 calories a day, or whatever. And then when I want to eat something, I have to think, okay, this is 80 calories. Is this worth spending 80 of my $1,800 or whatever? And I started looking at it that way, and I found that a lot of things that I might want are too expensive for me. Now, I don't know if this would work for you guys, because I'm a very cheap person, but it has started really working for me, and really just getting me thinking about what I'm eating, what I'm putting into my body, and what do I need versus what do I want, and that has been very helpful. Alright guys, I think I have rattled on enough for tonight, so I'm going to log off of here, but I will try to record again in another day or so. Again, thank you all for watching and hanging out with me, and if you have questions or you want to know anything, want me to cover anything, please just leave me a comment and let me know. Have a nice evening. Bye.